So, I don't know what's up with me, but this all started with an innocent little live that I did on Instagram. And for the most part, I mean, it wasn't like a huge live. There weren't a ton of people viewing, but it was just like me and a couple of friends. And I pulled out all of my clothes out of my closet and was trying to decide like if I was gonna keep everything or if I could trim down. And by no means am I on some sort of minimalist kick, but I also just don't want to give space to things that I don't want or need anymore. So trim down a couple of things, and somewhere in there we noticed that I had a lot of red hangers, and during that time I decided that I was gonna exclusively go red hanger. So I got rid of like all the wooden ones, any kind of basically anything that wasn't a red one. I'd gotten this like 72 count of red hangers from the Container Store years ago. So I thought about replacing those, which, I don't know if I totally had the energy to go out and do, but I wanted it a little faster than online. So I thought I'd maybe pick some up. I'm actually not too far from a Container Store. So the only problem is that it takes me, it's like I've got to be able to double up. Like I can't just go out and get hangers. There's got to be some other reason. So I decided to like pick up sort of my usual groceries, like things I like to have on hand all the time are mini Coca-Colas and iced coffee, even if it's bad, which it usually is. So I was going to kind of work around that, maybe pick up some things and get more hangers. And somehow this small, unassuming little errand turned into a very, very drawn out and disappointing process. So I'm almost immediately regretting this trip. I completely forgot that it was a national holiday. I can't even remember which one it was, but some of the buses were closed, so instead of a more direct route, I had to take a bus to a train, and then that would get me to my destination. But of course, it almost doubled the time that it would normally take for me to do this. Fortunately for me, Target and the Container Store are side by side in the shopping center. So I walk in, greet the cashier, and just complete disappointment, complete fail. You can see there are colors, every single one except for the one that I was hoping for. So I'm fuming. I'm scouring the aisles. I'm determined that I'm going to get something to make this trip worthwhile. Maybe this expensive dish soap. Who knows? At least Target didn't disappoint. Had all my beverage goodies there. Made sure to stock up for the week. Angrily throwing stuff in my cart and unsure what to do about the rest of this trip. Again, a fail. Target had nada, just the very, very basics. So I made myself feel better by buying some more pasta bowls. I had I guess I bought my pasta bowls at different times, and so they're not a full match. I decided to correct that, and that would hopefully make me feel better about sort of wasting my time. And of course, I'm now deciding if I should take an Uber home or use that money to buy myself a meal to console myself. But ultimately, I just decided to get the hell out of there. I was done. I was over the entire trip. Could not get home fast enough. So I like to freeze my mini Coca-Colas for a tight 2 hours for optimum temperature. Filled up my big old jug, gallon jug for coffee, popped it in the fridge, and began to sort out the details of this pasta bowl thing, which provided yet another fail. You can see that the top two are discolored a little bit. I put the new ones in, and those are different sizes as well. So I'm just not getting that tight stack the way I want. So then I hid them in the dishwasher. Then I changed my mind and thought maybe if all of them were out, it would look a little bit better, but it didn't. So I was fully committed the rest of my day to sulking and couch lying and TV watching until it was time to go to bed. Nothing more happened that day. The next day held a little more promise. A couple nights ago, after winterizing my bedroom, I noticed that there was a tear in my favorite flannel sheets, my only flannel sheets actually. So I took to Amazon and made the appropriate purchase and swapped those bad boys out, and then laid down for another hour or so. But I had a full day. Very surprising. I went with a friend to view a property that she was considering buying and got to kind of check that out. After that, we took an Uber and went to my neck of the woods where I got to show off my apartment, and we had lunch. Then we popped back downtown and went to an antique store. This lighting is poor, but I don't know how to fix it, so I'm going to give you guys a hanger update. So I went to the Container Store and I thought for sure I found the red hangers online. Of course, now they're totally stuck, but and literally just like clicked and submitted, and this is what I got back. These are straight up pink. So these aren't going to work either. And I know what you're thinking. It's like, it is a cute pink. And I am not one of those dudes that's like, I don't be messing with no pink. So, like, you know, if I had all pink, I'd be into it. But I don't. And I want the red. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to return these. It was like $16, but half of that was shipping. Do you get your money back? Like, I'm thinking about going... I'm thinking about going back to that Container Store, seeing if I can return it for like a store credit. If it's $16, that's cool. But if it's $8, I feel like I kind of wasted my time. So yeah, just quick update before I wash my face with my Pharrell's Human Race. This is a rice powder, and you know, I don't know about the progress, but I always feel young and rich when I use it. So, you know, you take your wins where you can, you know, whatever makes you feel good. And this is not doing it right now. Okay, it's a different day, and surprisingly, a different set of plans. Met up with some friends at the Angelica Pop-Up Theater for the Alfred Hitchcock Film Festival. Another different day, different face wash, because I only use my Pharrell face wash on special occasions. And check it out, finally. So over the span of like a week and a half, at least one thing has gone right. So I now have all red hangers, and I just feel kind of about it after all that drama. So it would shake you to your core to know how many of these clothes have never seen the light of day, but I'm looking to change that. I'm gonna start trying to go out and be less introverty and all that. But I might be lying. It was exhausting.